They call him OG is a film made by a fan of Pawan Kalyan, and that's not a complaint. In fact, it's probably the best news possible for Pawan Kalyan fans. The way Sujeeth directs this film makes it very clear. This isn't just a movie, it's a full-blown tribute. Pawan Kalyan is portrayed like a mythical figure, almost godlike, and the whole narrative bends to glorify him. From the first frame to the last, there is no doubt that this is his movie and his movie alone. There are no second thoughts, no parallel leads, no distractions, just Pawan Kalyan in full form. It's similar to how Lokesh handled Kamal Hassan in Vikram or how Nelson treated Rajnikant in Jailer. It's about constructing a cinematic universe around a legend. Sujeeth does the same for Pawan Kalyan and arguably delivers the most larger-than-life portrayal of his entire career. For fans, this is a festival. But for the rest of us, the question is that enough? Let's talk about what works. Pawan Kalyan, of course, is the heart and soul of the film. He fits perfectly into the stylish Masi avatar. His presence has weight and the film leans into that with full force. The action sequences, especially the ones involving a sword, are incredibly well choreographed and shot in a way that complements his body language and screen persona. There is a confidence in his performance. Every move, every glance, every fight is designed to elevate his star power. And to be honest, it works. You watch him on screen, sword in hand, and there are moments where it genuinely feels like he's mastered the weapon. His intro and the pre-interval sequence, and especially the beheading scene, are pure fan service in the best way. You can feel the theatre erupting during these moments. It's all about feeding into his aura, and Sujeeth does it with style. Speaking of style, one of the biggest strengths of the film is Thaman's music. The background score is powerful, energetic, and perfectly in sync with the tone of the film. Even when the scenes fall flat, the music lifts them. It's easily one of the best scores in commercial film this year. Thaman knows how to heighten drama, how to give the hero entry music that sends chill down your spine, and how to keep the energy going even when the screenplay is stumbling. It's a soundtrack that works overtime to keep the audience engaged. The visuals too are striking, from the Japanese sequence to the boat action scene with a younger version of Pawan Kalyan. The film is filled with stylishly executed moments. The cinematography is slick, the color grading is on point, and even the costume design deserves a mention. Those bell bottoms, the sunglasses, the slow walks, it's all tailored to create a hyper cool version of OG. And it works. Whether it's Emraan Hashmi looking sharp or Pawan Kalyan just walking in slow motion, everything is designed to look cool and feel iconic. And for fans, it will. But then we come to the core issue. Beneath all the gloss and fan service, there isn't much holding it together. The story is outdated and painfully predictable. It's a standard gangster revenge template. A former criminal with a bloody past disappears for years only to return for revenge. We have seen this arc 100 times. The Japan angle is added to give the illusion of scale, but in the end, it doesn't actually add anything meaningful. The film is trying to pass off an overused plot as something grand, but there's no emotional depth or novelty here. The storytelling lacks cohesion. Sujeeth clearly has a vision, but he struggles to translate it into a compelling narrative. The film tries to shuffle timelines, use non-linear storytelling, and throw in flashbacks to add intrigue, but it comes off more as a gimmick than a narrative tool. You always know what's coming. The build-ups are too obvious, the payoffs too shallow, and the constant "he's coming, he's death" kind of hype, it gets old fast. Indian filmmakers have started leaning too heavily on this kind of elevation strategy, and it's time to move on. Elevating a hero is great, but when every scene does the same thing, it becomes repetitive and exhausting. Arjun's arc is a perfect example of something that could have been better with a little more thought. His revenge subplot feels forced and undercooked. A better approach might have been to show him as someone who grew up idolizing OG and then give him a heroic moment toward the end. Maybe saving OG's daughter or playing a more meaningful role in the climax. That would have added emotional weight and character development, but here he's just ticking boxes in a formulaic arc that doesn't land. Emraan Hashmi too is completely underutilized. First of all, he's not even the main villain, there's someone else above him, clearly a setup for a sequel. But because of that, we never get one-on-one showdown between Emraan and Pawan Kalyan. that the film promises. The lack of a strong personal conflict between hero and villain robs the climax of any emotional payoff. It just ends. No punch, no weight. It's cold and forgettable. There is also a creative choice in the film that really didn't sit well with me. The inclusion of a character that clearly resembles Dawood Ibrahim. While the film doesn't directly say it's inspired by the 1993 Mumbai bomb blast, the visual cues and character design make the connection hard to miss. And honestly, it just wasn't necessary. We don't need to see real-life terrorists being turned into cinematic villains in a way that almost glamorizes them. There's a fine line between showing evil and making it look cool, and this film crosses it. Instead of borrowing from real-world events or criminal figures, the filmmakers could have just created a strong fictional antagonist with real emotional or personal takes tied to OG. That would have been far more effective and far more respectful. It would have been far better to create a fictional antagonist with a strong personal connection to OG. Instead of all the container smuggling or vague evil plans, the villain should have had a personal grudge. Maybe someone OG wronged in the past who's been waiting decades for revenge. That would have given the story emotional stakes and made the final conflict far more impactful. Another major issue is the overuse of slow motion. One or two slow-mo shots can be powerful, but when every walk, every turn, every eye movement is in slow motion, it loses its charm. It starts to feel like filler, like the film is stretching scenes just to make them feel epic. But epicness comes from context, not just camera tricks. After a while, it becomes monotonous and drags the pacing down. Then there's the violence. It's become a pattern now. Every Indian mass film seems to be drenched in blood. It's almost like the filmmakers believe that blood and gore can hide a weak script. Everyone's trying to imitate Sandeep Reddy Vanga without understanding his process. His films are violent, yes, but that violence is a result of strong character work and thematic depth. What others see is just surface, the blood, the rage, and they try to replicate that without the substance. What's missing in these imitations is the heart. A good film needs good writing, not just stylish kills and dramatic music. In the end, They Call Him OG is exactly what it looks like. A film made for the fans. If you are a Pawan Kalyan devotee, or if you enjoy mass cinema that's high on style, thumping music, slow motion action, and fan moments, this film is for you. You'll have a good time. But if you are looking for a compelling story, meaningful characters, or emotional depth, this probably won't do it for you. For the average viewer, it's a one-time watch at best. For me, it was entertaining in parts, but not something I'll revisit. That's it for the review. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like, subscribe button, and if you haven't already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Did They Call Him OG work for you, or did you expect more? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.